life of our life. If we can hold God as the center of our being, the center of everything to us, oh, what a wonderful life we'll live. You know, a life built on God and a life built with Christ is its foundation. It can't go too far wrong. No matter what situations come, no matter what problems arise, we've always got something to lean back on. We've always got help right there ready for us. So the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? If God's in our corner, who can be against us? Sometimes I think a lot of people go through life and they just take advantage of part of the goodness of God. They're content to go through life just taking hold of a little bit of it, taking hold of it an idea without actually putting it into practice and taking it to heart. It's real easy for us because, I mean, you know, the Bible's not a small book. You know, I mean, let's face it here. You know, if you've ever been through this, you know, there's a lot here. And I think that it's awful easy for us sometimes to turn this into an academic endeavor. And that's not what it's supposed to be about. Granted, that's part of it, and I think that's part of growing and part of understanding and part of improving ourselves as Christians. But I think if we leave it as an academic endeavor, we're missing the whole point. This book is about spirituality. It's about having a life filled with goodness, a life filled with love. If we look at this only from an academic perspective and we just leave it at that, how dull and dry. If we leave it at that, you might as well go up there and pick up a U.S. history book or world history book and just read through that as you buy it. Because it would be the same thing. It would be the same thing. But when we'll go beyond the academic and when we'll actually seek God out, when we'll seek the Holy Spirit out, when we try to do the things that the Holy Spirit would have us to do, all of a sudden our life becomes filled. All of a sudden we find a joyness and a happiness that maybe we forgot about. Maybe it's a joyfulness and a happiness that we haven't known since we were little kids. I tell you, the closer we strive to be, the more time that we're willing to devote, the closer that we're willing to try to walk, the easier my life goes. The better my life goes. When I try to stay within God's will, things just fall into place. Amen. Things just work out. I don't have to worry about it a whole lot. If some problem comes up, comes my way, I tell you what, this is hard if you've never been here, never gone through it. But if you ever got in a situation where something come up, you got yourself in trouble somehow. You got yourself to a point where you didn't see a way around it, out of it, above it, or under. If you would just be still a minute, trust God, know that God knows best and is able to do best, and just kind of sit back and go with the flow. And trust God to take care of it. It's amazing what can happen. A lot of times we try too hard, I think. We try to direct our own destiny. And yes, we're the master of our own destiny. But God is in control of our destiny. He created your destiny for you. When we get to trying to pull in against God, we set this vision up for ourselves. And it may not be a vision that's congruous with what God would have for us. And we try to pull in that direction. We try to force ourselves into this place that God didn't want us to be to start with. All we're doing is making things hard for ourselves. It just don't work. It just don't work. You'll never find happiness. You'll never find joy trying to go in a different direction in your life than what God wants you to go. It's just not to be found. There's no happiness. There's no joy to be found in a place that God don't want you to be. You say, well, there's nothing wrong with that life. There's nothing wrong with that place where I want to be. That's not the point. That's not the point. That very well may be true. But if it's not where God wants you to be, then it's not where you need to be. And you'll never find joy there. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is my strength, is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? If we're willing to trust in God, if we're willing to go the route that God wants us to go, you'll find joy, you'll find peace, you'll find content. Amen. If your life's not happy, if your life's not filled with joy, are you going where God wants you to be? Now, I'm not saying that hard times don't come on the right path. I'm not saying that bad things don't happen on the right path. That's not what I'm talking about. But even through adversity and even through hardship, are you still happy? There's a joy to be found in God that can't be taken away. There's a joy to be found in being in the right place and doing the right things that can't be taken away. And if that joy is not present in your life, then where are you? Stop a minute. Analyze your situation. Are you where God wants you to be? Are you doing what God wants you to do? Because when we'll put ourselves, we'll step out on enough faith that we're willing to trust God no matter what. Joy comes. Happiness comes. Contentment comes. If we're willing to get ourselves to a point, if we're willing to take hold of the idea and completely convince ourselves of it to where we'll quit fighting and trying to interject ourselves into it, that God knows best, that God's capable of taking care of whatever, just let it go. Just let it go. And let God have it. There's a tremendous amount of peace in that. And I'll tell you what, your faith ain't going to be misplaced because God does have it. And if you'll let Him have control of it, He'll take control of it. And where you'll wind up will be something far greater than what you could imagine. It's our nature. We want to be in control. We're all control freaks. We like to, say, I'm getting up at this time. I'm going here. I'm going there. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. And this is paraphrasing. Y'all know I can't quote Scripture for nothing, and I can't even remember where this is at right at the moment. But the Bible in there somewhere says that we should always say, if it's God's will. Mm-hmm. Point being, if it's not God's will for us to do it, then we may not be doing it. Yeah. If it ain't God's will that you go out to eat today, that you go home to eat today, and you go out, who knows what might come on. But if we're willing to step out and we're willing to place ourselves at all times in God's care, if we're willing to just listen and do what He'd ask us to do, and not have to worry about it ourselves, life's a whole lot easier. Life's a whole lot happier. It's a whole lot more joy. And if you can do that, Verse 2, when the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Yeah. If we're within the will of God, there ain't nothing going to come against us. At least nothing that's going to amount to anything. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little yapping dog barking at her heels. But that's all it is. That's all it is. When that adversity comes your way, when you're within the will of God, understand that that adversity is nothing more than a little yapping dog barking at your heel. And it can do no more, no less. Because if we're with God, don't forget who wins. God don't lose. God's not in the losing business. He's not in the losing business at all. If it was, when we'd come to be saved, we'd be saying we was coming to get lost. And we don't come to get lost. We come to get saved. Mm-hmm. God's in the saving business. Oh, there's all kinds of pitfalls in life. there for our education. It's there for our learning. All kinds of things